A lot of women who have had C-sections in the past want to know if it's possible to have a vaginal birth after a C-section with future pregnancies, or a VBAC. And if you're wondering about this, I suggest talking with your doctor about it. And based on their knowledge of your circumstances, they'll be able to determine if you're a good candidate or not. There's a lot of different things that a doctor would consider. First of all, the doctor's going to consider the reason for your previous C-section, and if it's likely to repeat itself, then the doctor will probably recommend a repeat C-section in the future. Another thing the doctor will consider are the number of C-sections you've had in the past. For example, if a woman's had 1 or 2 C-sections in the past and the reasons for those C-sections aren't likely to affect future pregnancies, then the doctor may determine that the woman can attempt a VBAC. But if a woman has had 3 or more C-sections in the past, she is no longer a candidate for a VBAC. Another factor a doctor will consider is the state of the woman's cervix in the days to weeks leading up to the due date of the baby and the overall circumstances that exist in the pregnancy. So a doctor would screen a woman and determine if she should indeed attempt a VBAC. And if the risk is low and the chance of her succeeding in having a vaginal delivery is high, then the doctor may go ahead and say, yeah, you can try. But again, this is a call that they'll make, and there are other factors that go into it. So again, your doctor will be able to give you tailored information and advice for you. It's important to understand that if you do attempt a vaginal birth after a C-section, there is the risk for a uterine rupture. If the doctor does determine that you're a good candidate, they'll want to make sure you understand the risk associated with uterine rupture. When a C-section is performed, a physician makes an incision on the uterus and stitches it up, and presumably it heals well, but it's a weak point forevermore. And in future pregnancies, that scar its strength can be tested. And there's the potential in future pregnancies, especially during labor and delivery, while the woman's having contractions, for the uterus to rupture at that point. And so again, the doctor would talk through all of this with you, and you can make an educated decision about whether or not you want to attempt a vaginal birth after a C-section or go for a repeat C-section. Good luck with everything, and if you have more questions in the future for me, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Intermountain Moms, and recommend us to your friends and family too.